What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer playing some more Master Duel. I took a general look at it a little bit earlier today, but you know, how does it play in actuality? Well, the first biggest notice is that it is OCG rules, meaning no Dragoon, no Phoenix Enforcer, but you do get other really weird cards. It's so interesting to play the OCG format, and obviously the biggest addition, the biggest card that comes to mind is Union Carrier. That card makes ABC Cyber Dragon just absolutely bananas. So I've built this entire ABC Cyber Dragon deck on 10. No, it was like $12. So this isn't a completely free deck, not something you can build immediately. But if you're gonna get started in this game, you have to spend at least the $12. Now the cool thing is, I think you can build just about any deck in Yu-Gi-Oh, any one deck. You're not gonna be able to have a whole plethora, with that, which is pretty neat. Because you have to start playing ranked in order to actually get rewards. Solo doesn't just gives you random cards, which is not great. Some of the solo challenges give you Monster Reborn and Raigeki, so it's like, Monster Reborn maybe if you want to just like really try to be a budget or a I don't know, not a budget player, but you don't want to spend all that. It's definitely possible. There's a few things like nuanced things here and there. For me in replays, I can't go step by step, so that kind of sucks. The replays are kind of slow. The effects obviously are pretty decent, and you can pause, so it's kind of nice. But duels can take a little bit long. Probably a lot of that is like my connection, so that could certainly be part of it. But I'm pretty happy with the product overall. The only thing, there's a few things like when you craft and you like dismantle cards and have all these points. I wish you could use that. I wish I could use a bunch of like my rare points to have some sort of conversion system to ultra rare points to buy those staples. But that is also one of the great things about this entire kind of system, is that you're able to, all good cards are the same cost. Obviously, in IRL Yu-Gi-Oh, like an Access Code Talker is way more expensive than an Imperm, but in this game, they're on the same playing level, so that's decent enough. In this part I messed up. I meant to send 2 of these with Chimera Tech. Usually it makes you check it one at a time, but for some effects like Rampage Dragon, it's not like that. But obviously the presentation of the game is just way better, than has ever been. I know YGO Omega was kind of a thing for a little bit, but yeah, I mean I feel like they just came out at the wrong time, and I think maybe that was one of the apps that made Konami realize hey, we should probably get on the ball because this is the future, right? This is where we're gonna make a bunch of money. And I'd imagine people have already spent hundreds of dollars in this game. I played a couple of Leerless Tri-Brigades and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where I get to show up Union Carrier. I actually don't search because I want to be able to equip the B, and I only run 2 copies of B Buster. So Union and then B Buster. Normally this is not really all that great of a combo, but here it is. Oh gosh, this deck is so fun. Union Carrier, nuts. This card is insane. 2 searches off of B. I can equip Photon Orbital. So the deck is kind of little less powered because you only get 1 ABC Dragon Buster, but at the same time, I can't complain too much because you get rid of the bricks in your deck, with the Red Eyes package or the Fusion Destiny. And so what I've been doing, I guess, mostly is forcing myself to go second because you don't have those kind of other targets for Predapleper and Anaconda like you'd really want to. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Hopefully, they also do come out with the TCG list. I would hate if this was only OCG. That'd be kind of random, but at the same time, I'm kind of willing to make that transition. I don't think it's not like it's a different game. It's just a different kind of format. And certainly this deck, works for me. And the OCG seems to be much more lenient when it comes to unbanning cards and all that kind of stuff. So I get to add cards like Cybernetic Overflow in there, some really just a random ones. And playing in these lower ranked, I didn't know what I'd be playing against. I don't know what would be going on. I'd be playing a lot more meta than I did. I didn't think people would really just actually be willing to raw dog their way through the game, but they definitely are. So I'm gonna banish one of these. I'm gonna pop the other one, leaving one of his monsters that's just not gonna be able to do anything. I think he's gonna try to activate the effect of Spiral Flame. I'm just gonna tag out so it misses timing. Special summon all 3 of these back. And again, like I said, I only have 1 Dragon Buster, so that's kind of rough. I really wish this was at multiple. And hopefully now, I'll definitely be keeping up with the OCG ban list because If that card comes off, it's obviously really super duper insane. He's gonna attack or destroy the Union carrier, try to activate the effect. Although, like, now he doesn't have any cards in hand. Like, he really telegraphed that, and it was like, it doesn't make much of a difference. I mean, Infinity would have like grabbed it or whatever the case may be. I can't go back into ABC Dragon Buster, although I think I top deck like a Monster Reborn. So like, yes, I'm able to, but not normally, right? Like this is the only card that's able to kind of bring that back. But I can do the loop of Unicorn, bring back, with B, or the A Assault Core can add a B back to my hand, so I can normal summon it, go into an access code talker for like a nice 5,000 attack monster. So that's pretty decent. It's really cool to have that card back, especially just how powerful it is in the deck. And just like that, I can go to access code, and then I'll finish it off with the Monster Reborn. So Monster Reborn is actually like a really half decent card in this deck now, considering what the ban list is all about. It's just funny this card's at 1. I feel like I honestly would probably play it at 3, like in this deck specifically. Even though people like rarely ever play Monster Reborn, it feels really good in this deck. And then I can just attack directly. It feels so weird to play this deck without Dragoon, but what are you going to do? It's funny because if you search those cards up, in the deck builder, you literally will not find it on there. Yeah, there's just a few more. As you can see, these replays obviously have a lot of animation, so I can't just like flip through them so quickly, but I think as time goes on, like some of that process will be streamlined. And overall, like the pack system, I feel like it's decent. Not amazing, but decent for sure. Like I said, I was able to build this, pretty easily. At least some deck that can get me towards like the silver battle pass. And then, I have the gold pass. I bought that with the $12 I also spend. Meaning I get like extra rewards, so it feels definitely worth it to get the little battle pass thing. I'm playing Sky Strikers here. Like, again, I don't know what he had in his hand. I know one of those is Engage, of course, but this is like, oh man. If you didn't draw anything, I have no idea what this could be, but you're done for. Like, you are really done for. I can normal summon the core, search a Cyber Repair Plant. That's a machine monster, but you could also go into Mega Fleet, right? Cyber Repair Plant can, add, basically. Well, that's kind of cool. It says the effect there. You got to appreciate that. Discard the Hertz, whatever it's called. You can, chain block for Ash. Not that it was too big of a deal. I can add that back to my hand. And as actually, if I just, discard the Sea Crush, I can use Overload Fusion. I run like 3 copies or 2 copies of this because I am like forcing myself to go second, like a very regular thing. And it's just an extender sometimes too. So it's honestly not the worst thing in the world if you see it in your opening hand, because you're likely to see Cyber Dragon stuff now, like very likely. And there goes Infinity. I can activate Cyberload Fusion, basically to protect myself from anything else he may have in his hand. There we go. And then I can dump the last 2 pieces since I run 2 B-Buster Drake. Kind of perfect there. Go ahead and send that. I can destroy his multi-roll too. That's kind of fun, I suppose. There we go. And then I can banish all 3 of those pieces, go into an ABC Dragon Buster. I think this was like way overkill, but you gotta flex. And the dude surrendered, but the thing is with this software is you don't want to, because I don't think you get your rewards. I also think that's a little janky, to be honest, because like sometimes, like if your opponent slow, like I just feel like there's gonna be a lot of salt, man. There's gonna be a lot of sweatiness where people are gonna take really long turns, even when they have like way big card advantage. I know it's kind of a waste of their time, but this is Yu-Gi-Oh! We are talking about people, so keep that in mind. A little wonky here going first. And the rank matches are actually only 1 game, so it's like I kind of like that a little bit because I don't know. I mean, it is like untraditional, and hopefully when they have these big event, tournaments, there will be like side decking and all that kind of stuff. But it is kind of cool to have like a standard type of list. And this is like where online Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of wackadoodle-doo. Because the first time I activated the effective core, I saw that he was going, like he could have a response, meaning that okay, he either has an Imperm or an Ash in his hand, so that's where this kind of game is it's just different, right? Because when I saw that, I'm like, okay, well that means I have to search the other Galaxy Soldier, or else I don't have a play. Kind of weird for sure. So I can just discard the other Kaiju, like. I've always talked about this, like the kaijus having multiple copies, like if you have it in your opening, it kind of stinks, but it's also just random discard fodder, which you definitely need. That can go into an infinity. So, I mean, this isn't this isn't a great end board, but I do have protection for the infinity in case you have the lightning storm or something like that, and then I do have the overflow, so I do have at least one pop, so that could be worth something. And then he ends up like actually just setting a monster. The top deck of Union Hanger is just infinitely better with Union Carrier in existence. It makes all the difference in the world, in fact. I'm going to equip the Union Driver. Whew. Sea Crush, and I mean, you're going to see Union Carrier just in action here for sure. Okay, those can go ahead and go there. Because the cool thing is that I can now equip it to itself. I can grab the extra copy of B, so I'm giving myself discard fodder, right? But I can equip the last piece from deck to go into ABC Dragon Buster. Ah, I miss this card. I miss this card so much. I wish it just said Machine Monster so it could become unbanned in the TCG. That would make all the difference. I was kind of queuing in that may have been a Shadal monster. It ended up working out for me a little bit. He doesn't. I have an Omni Negate now, and the Banishment, so that should be probably more than enough, I would guess. He's gonna know. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is a Synchron deck. He tries to, bring that back, knowing that he's gonna go into Junk Speeder. Of course, I'm just gonna go ahead and negate that. I don't think they have that many extenders. And he surrendered too. Again, I don't surrender in these duels so that you can get your points. Otherwise, you just play the whole thing for nothing. And last, I have no idea. I don't really remember. Yep. I wish you could, like, rename them. Maybe you can. I don't know. That's another thing. Like, but the game just came out, so there's definitely going to be a lot of, changes overall. And also, yeah, that's definitely going to be part of it. And I think they have, like, a survey that gives you points. So I'm sure enough people will do it. It gives it to you immediately, and like you can fill it out. But I would actually, truthfully, like what I'm doing, I was like, I could just fill this out and get like a cheap few points. But I actually kind of would rather give them real feedback because I can only benefit if this game is better, right? It's only better for us versus just trying to cheat out like 50 gems that you'll use in half a second and never remember what cards you actually got from the pack. I think he only just ends up going into like Future Dragon. So the Kaiju's going to Beast on this like really hard. Then he's going to XZ summon. I think he's going to bring back one of the XZ monsters. Go into F-Zero. This is still like infinitely faster than Dueling Book, so I guess you have to appreciate that. When you watch replays of Dueling Book, it's like it seems pretty quick, but in reality it took like an hour. So when they start having YCSs and such on this, like besides the fact it's going to be more fun to watch, it shouldn't take too long, especially when people have like better, I guess, connection than I do. You can draw a card there. It's a B Buster Drake, kind of a wonky one, but all right, go ahead and summon that Kaiju. I should have searched, I think, another copy of B. I have to really think about my plays like a lot more than usual because of the Union Carrier. It really just changes the whole dynamic of the deck. I can discard the other Cyber Dragon so that Overload Fusion is online, which is pretty neat. Discard the B. Go into a Nova, which I probably won't even bring anything back. I don't think I need to. Yeah, I'll just go into Infinity to try to protect myself in case he was holding on to a Nibiru just like one too long, which is certainly possible. Overload Fusion can, banish the 2 Cyber Dragon cores. These animations are nice, actually, especially for Poly. That was sick. That was really, really cool. And then I can use the effective Rampage, destroying that back row, sending a couple. In this case, I didn't go for the Cyber Dragon or the ABC Dragon Buster because I didn't have any cards in hand. This was game anyways. I might as well, dump a Hertz just in case this goes on another churn, and then, you just get a little more advantage. Because next turn you would probably send it to... I was way ahead. Obviously, I'm way ahead of myself considering the duel is over. But yeah, that was kind of like my thought process there. But those were like 5 replays. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think again about Master Duel. I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video. And I will see you guys next time.